So an update now out of Des Moines. Remember that former school superintendent now at the center of an immigration scandal in Iowa, landing in even more hot water. He's now facing a federal charge of being an illegal immigrant while possessing guns. I don't know what to believe from this guy. Nate Foy's got more on this, and Nate, good morning to you. What have you learned?
Hey, Bill, good morning. So Ian Roberts, the illegal migrant from Guyana, is now facing up to 10 years in prison for this federal gun charge. ICE agents found a handgun wrapped inside a towel in a district-owned Jeep Cherokee during his arrest last week. He's also accused of trying to escape immigration authorities before that. A search of his home later revealed 3 more guns, according to a criminal complaint unsealed yesterday. The Des Moines Public School Board accepted Roberts' resignation on Tuesday night. He's currently being held in an Iowa jail. Some in the city are protesting his detainment, but his hiring is leading to questions about the vetting process in Iowa's largest school district. During his application process, Bill, to become the Des Moines superintendent, Roberts claimed that he earned a doctorate from Morgan State University. The school district found out that wasn't true and gave him the job anyway, writing, quote, "The board was aware that Dr. Roberts did not graduate from Morgan State University at the time of his hiring." The board also admits to knowing about at least one gun charge involving a hunting rifle, but says Roberts provided sufficient context to explain the situation away and move forward with the hiring process. More than that, his LinkedIn claims that he went to MIT, but the university tells Fox they have no record of his enrollment. Federal officials say Roberts entered the United States on a student visa. He was ordered to be deported during a hearing in May of last year, which records show he didn't attend. The Des Moines School District says that he also claimed to be an American citizen while applying for a state superintendent license that he got, but of course he no longer holds that job, Bill.
Oh, okay. Just keeps on going. Nate Foy, thank you on that today. Thanks, Nate. Dana?
This story is incredible. Paul Morrow was the first person I ever saw talk about it. Now it's a week later, and we want to bring in Fox News contributor Jonathan Turley to talk more about this. Jonathan, get this. A former colleague of his says he ruined our district for 3 years. He was very smooth, affable, but the overarching feeling you got from him was smoke and mirrors, mystique. Jonathan, you think?
Yeah, and what is really astonishing is that the head of the school board, and actually the Democratic nominee for the U.S. Senate race, called upon Iowans to have what she called radical empathy for this individual. This is someone who lied to the district, had illegal guns in his possession, had an illegal gun in a school car, went on effectively a chase with police, and the response from the school board chair is, we really have to have empathy. And the question is, why? I mean, it's otherworldly to think that they caught him lying about at least one of these degrees and just shrugged and said, well, okay, and they went ahead and gave him the job.
What would be the consequences of, like, you're at Georgetown, and you know academia better than I do. I mean, what would typically be the consequences for somebody in an academic institution who lies about it?
Well, it's not real favorable for institutions to lie about your degrees, and it's right up there with plagiarism and other issues. But the point here is that this guy is committing criminal acts. I mean, this is someone who's looking at a very serious potential charge here. There's other allegations still being looked at. But it's just baffling that a school district could be this negligent. But as we learn what they knew, it becomes even worse.
Okay, so there's that. We'll probably get another thread to pull on that story by the end of the hour because there seems to be so many.
Right.
Wanted to ask you about this. Zohran Mamdani, he's the one who's running for mayor here in New York City. He's a democratic socialist. That's what he calls himself. He wants to phase out New York City's gifted programs for early grades. And he told the New York Times that I will return to the previous policy. Ultimately, my administration would aim to make sure that every child receives a high-quality early education that nurtures their learning and curiosity. You have a piece on the Hill that was back in 2021. We went in the Wayback Machine. But what you talked about is achieving equity through mediocrity, why elimination of gifted programs should worry us all. Remind us what you said then.
You know, this is a move that we've seen across the country, particularly in blue cities, blue states, where They have these awful proficiency scores, and they have made very little improvement. They spend more and more per pupil, and they don't really move that needle. So their solution has been to actually lower proficiency standards, get rid of standardized tests so you can't measure performance, and also to basically chop off the top 10% of their class. And lo and behold, everyone seems a lot more compact and consistent if you lower all of those standards and get rid of gifted students. But the result, Dana, is that families that you want in the school system that are motivated, have gifted students and talented students, are leaving these public schools by the thousands.
Yep.
And the teachers union, these administrators, politicians like Mamdani are destroying public education. And it's really disheartening for many of us who believe strongly in public education.
Yep, I think I'm a product of it myself. This is really troubling,
Right.
And we're getting down to the wire. There will be a debate, two debates this month, so we are going to be paying a lot of attention to that. We'll see if he can actually answer any of the questions. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thanks, Dana.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.